Tony now, who's going to do a pineapple upside down cake. So Tony, over to you.
Okay, this time we're going to do a straightforward pineapple upside down in the electric skillet. Okay, so we'll just get the ingredients on the go first of all. I'm using the Betty Crocker cake mix. Okay, this one is the plain one. I'm not going to be using the swirl. Now,
could you use your own mix, Tony?
You could, yes. And yeah, you could go 442 without any problem.
What's 442? Sorry, no.
Full flour, and then the caster sugar, and then the eggs. Okay. But all I do for quickness, if I was at home, I would be making it.
Right.
But today I'm just using it
for convenience.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks. Okay. Now the interesting thing is, on the back of the packet, it would actually tell you to use some water and some oil. The good news today is we're not using any oil, and the water, I'm using the juice that the pineapple is in, because, you know, in cooking, waste not, want not, and again, it's good for us. So that's what I'm doing.
And is this going to go into a cold pan, Tony, or do we need to preheat that?
No, it's going into cold.
Lovely.
Cold. All of the pastries, cakes, that sort of thing, is all done from a cold start.
Excellent.
Never preheat, because the flour will stick. And the sugar will also cause problems when you're using that. Okay, so the mix is in. Put the eggs in. It calls for the recipe to use 3 eggs for the complete mix.
So that's why you use 3 eggs?
That's why I use 3 eggs, yeah.
Wow.
Wash the hands afterwards, because we know where the eggs have come from.
Where did the eggs come from, Tom? Oh, the chicken.
Special part on the chicken, we won't go into that. Now all I'm going to do is take out the rings of the pineapple and just pop them to one side. And then pop that juice into there and start to give it a mix. You can use a fork, spatula, whichever. And just keep the sponge batter, as on the move, as they say. This pineapple upside down that I'm using today, or making today, it's just purely traditional, but those of us that are a little more adventurous and like to be a little bit naughty night time, then there's no reason why you couldn't add some Malibu, just to give a lovely flavour to it.
Wow, Malibu.
Yes, but because Tony's catering today for
The family
mixed
and
culture,
yeah.
so I'm keeping it nice and
sober.
yeah.
And could you put any alcohol into it? Would that affect the mixture rising, or no?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
All right, okay. Right.
It's and you only need it, you know, just a small measure. In the old days, English, it was 1/6 of a gill. So that's it, nice and smooth. I do what I call a ribbon stage. See how it sits on top? That's just the reason I go for that is, you know, that's the consistency. I don't need to add any more liquid. Now, another way to substitute liquid is to use apple, ordinary eating apples. When they're done on the Saladmaster machine, on cone number 2, once it goes into the sponge mix, it becomes a natural oil.
Excellent.
So, just another little tip for you. Okay, so the mix is done. I've got here some glacé cherries. I'm just taking a few out. Now, what I'm going to do is rinse the juice off here, or the amount of sugar. The reason I do it is because it is very, very sweet. And what I'm going to do is actually do what is really good for children. I'm going to do some soft brown sugar added into the pineapple to caramelise it, to make it like sticky pudding. So they'll enjoy that.
Oh, lovely.
And before anyone says it, 90% adults love it as well as the kids. So I just thought I'd share that with you. The cherries are quite easy. You just cut them in half. Okay. And now we come to the easy part. As I said before, I'll mention again, because of the flour content in there, I'm going to use today 1 cow spray, because I'm on a mission. I want to get lots of dishes done, and so that's what I will do. If I was at home, I would use some greaseproof paper and just cut the circle out to replace that. Okay, so that's what we're doing today. So I'm going to spray reasonably liberally. Then get some soft brown sugar. Doesn't matter, you can use light, dark, whatever your preference is. Tony's preference, obviously, because of his tan, he's going for dark. You can read into that what you like. So I'm just going to pop some sugar in here. Don't be frightened to, pat it around, move it around, so it's reasonably level. But again, the good thing about Saladmaster is because of what it does and how it does it, there's no need to pay too much attention.
Okay.
The simpler the better. Thank you.
Very welcome.
You haven't seen me put the mix in yet, and when I do that I always miss. No, I'm joking, Okay, so on there I've got the pineapple. What I've done, I've actually tiered them, so the rest of the juice is at the bottom, so they've actually drained naturally. Okay. The only reason I've done that is because I'm a man and I hate washing up. So that's our pineapple in. Next to the pineapple now is going to go the cherries. I always make sure there's at least one in each circle. And then because I know it's favourite with the kids, I put them in between as well. And that's it. And then, this is the hardest bit.
And I know you've mixed that with a spoon, Tony. You could use just an electric mixer if you wanted to.
Of course you could.
Speed up.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The only thing is it's going to take energy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
And we need a little bit of exercise before we eat our lovely healthy food, don't we?
Brilliant, Tony.
Now the important thing is to make sure when you're adding any mixes, that this wide rim is kept free,
Why is that?
because that is going to give us the airtight seal, and anything that is between there and the top lid surface will not let us seal.
Okay.
Often when we get telephone conversations with customers, they'll say, oh, we were doing so and so, did you get it to seal? So that's one of the first things now we always make sure.
Get it to seal.
As you can see, I don't worry about spreading it out, because it will find its own level. Sorry. The reason being, it's Saladmaster. It just does it. There's no hard and fast rule for it at all. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is pop the lid on, because it's already free, and then I'm going to pre-plug this in, and it's going in at number 140. And once it starts clicking, we will then turn it down to low.
So 140
Yeah.
we can do.
That's it.
And how long will that cook for about, Tony?
That will take just about under the hour.
Under the hour.
Approx.
So we could actually set the timer on that if we wanted to,
We
and away
could
we
do,
go.
yes, yeah, and we could go off and have some more me time. And as you can hear, it's now clicking. That's what we call a lazy click. When this goes like so, a lot of people will decide to lift the lid and have a look. There's no reason why not. But when you come to put the lid back on, just give it a little twist so that it self-seals. Okay? Obviously, remembering if you're doing bigger dishes, the more times you take the lid off, the longer it's going to take to cook. So now all we're going to do with pineapple upside down cake is turn it down to 85. A few minutes time, it will be ready. Okay, so here we have the famous pineapple upside down pudding.
Oh wow, that looks incredible, Tony.
And all we've done is just to let it cool naturally, ready for it to tip out.
Oh my God, that is incredible. Wow.
Two good things. One is look at the colour, the natural caramelisation, thank you. And this is the important thing for all our ladies that are hard working in the kitchen. Look how easy Saladmaster is to clean. Isn't that fantastic?
Superb, well done, Tony.
The proof of the pudding is in the eating.
Okay.
So we'll just quickly slice.
And just as a matter of interest, Tony, how many people would this cake serve?
On Tony's portions, probably 6. No, truthfully, you would get as many as 20 without any problem.
Wow.
Everything that we purchased is all that we've used. We've used the natural pineapple juice that was in the pineapple syrup, the sugar. We didn't use any added fat or any water. Just 3 eggs,
Excuse me.
and there's the result.
Okay, let's just see. Texture of it looks fantastic.
And
That's
the good,
incredible.
the good thing is, if we're having an adult version, you can use the Malibu.
That's incredible. Thank you very much, Tony. Great job, well done.
Okay, so what I'm going to do today, I'm just going to do a straightforward fried egg without using any oil. Okay? Now,
And the ingredients for this, Tony, are?
just an egg.
An egg.
How
Brilliant.
about that?
Excellent.
Nothing else.
That's great.
So we know that it's going to be really healthy for us. Now, isn't that egg-tastic?
It's a cracking joke.
Okay, but I'll make sure I keep the yolk whole. Joking apart, here we go. The first thing, I'm using an open skillet. And
This is a
what
10-inch
I've done,
skillet,
this
is
is a 10-inch skillet.
Brilliant.
It can have the handles on. I've decided just to use it without using the handles. Okay. And what I've done is I'm preheating it, and I'm now going to do what we call a water dance. Now it isn't the top 50 or top 60. You notice how this water now is going like mercury. That means it's ready for the egg to go in. So all we do is crack an egg.
On a hollow surface.
Would you believe
I was
it?
just gonna
Yolking
say.
apart, I've cracked it. That's the egg. So just for
Demonstration
just do
purposes.
another one. Now there's two ways to do it. You can leave it open as it is, or you can get a lid to create more moisture. In this case, what we're going to do, we're going to quickly use a lid just to create the moisture. That's it. That's how simple it is. In a minute or so's time, the egg will be ready and we can lift it off. I have our 2 eggs. Wow.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's the healthiest egg in the world.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
How easy was that? So easy, we have children cooking it.